When people talk about moving to the Greater Lansing area, the same communities keep popping up of where you should live. You got East Lansing, Okemos, Hazlet, DeWitt, Holt, Mason, Grand Ledge. And don't get me wrong, these are all great communities to be able to live in. But did you know that there are some lower priced suburbs just outside of some of these areas? But what most people don't realize is there are some lesser known suburbs that offer some great cost benefits. You've got places that have lower average home prices and then also lower taxes, which in fact then makes lesser monthly payments. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the top 10 lesser known suburbs that you should potentially take a look at when looking to move in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area. So I'm gonna get started with this right now. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Troy Seifert. I am a top producing realtor in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area. And I help people relocate from all over the country, people who are just like you watching this channel. So whether you're looking to move here in 9 days, 90 days, 9 months from now, whatever your timeline is. So if you're looking to make a move here anytime soon, I would love to be able to talk with you. You can call me, text me, email me, or schedule a Zoom call. There's a link to get onto my calendar so that we can talk face to face as well. All my information, it's in the description below. And if you do like this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up and press the subscribe button so that you can be notified when brand new episodes of Lansing, Michigan Life go live. We have new episodes going live once or twice a week. I do have an extensive library of hundreds of videos where you can look about anything that you want to know about the Greater Lansing, Michigan area. So definitely want to check those out. So I do want to get into 10 lesser known suburbs. I've mentioned some of these on my channel before, but not as in depth. And the reason I brought this up, there are some common themes with each of these areas, okay? Some of these areas have their own school systems, some of them don't. They share a school system maybe with another school district. I'll get into some of that breakdown when I get to that particular area. But the one thing that they have in common is that they are lower average home prices, lower on your property taxes. And on average, I see people probably saving about $200 to $400 a month when you combine the lower average home prices and the lower property taxes. That's on average. I can't guarantee that, but you are gonna be seeing a difference in your monthly mortgage payment. So that's why I wanted to make this video, because if you don't know about these areas and you're not set up on a search with an agent to help show you these areas, how are you even gonna know about them? Also with these areas, some of them might be a little further out from the city of Lansing. Again, you do pay on location, but you gotta do what's comfortable with your budget. And if you had to compromise on your list and it's, hey, I had to travel an extra 10 or 15 minutes, you might be able to get more of a house than what you were anticipating. So let's go ahead and start this. Number one suburb that I wanna highlight, that's lesser known, is Charlotte. Charlotte. So it's not Charlotte, because that's when you see like Charlotte, North Carolina, it's spelled exactly like Charlotte, but here in Lansing, we call it Charlotte. So Charlotte, it is a city that's about 25, 30 minutes southwest of Lansing. So if you are looking to commute and work in the downtown area, it's gonna be about a good 25 to 30 minutes. When construction season happens, it could be a little bit longer depending on detours. If you are looking to work on the west side of town, it is gonna be a little bit closer to the west side. You could probably make it there to Delta Township, about 15 to 20 minutes. But in Charlotte, they have a really charming downtown. They have their own school system. They have a performing arts center that the Lansing Symphony Orchestra sometimes performs at, and they also have other just events that happen at the Charlotte Performing Arts Center. It's a beautiful auditorium. Also in that area, you will see probably every fast food place known to man. One of my friends who lives in Charlotte said, I just can't imagine how they fit almost every single fast food place on one strip. And it's true. It's on the Lansing Road right there when you go in. You have almost every fast food place that you can think of, but you're not gonna have any restaurants besides Applebee's there. I mean, you're gonna have a Walmart over there as well. It's one of the bigger small towns that I'm talking about in this video, but it's just a little further out that a lot of people don't consider it because they might not wanna travel that far. But definitely consider Charlotte as one of your places. Number two area I wanna highlight is Potterville. And Potterville is actually about 5 to 10 minutes north of Charlotte, southwest part of Lansing. So it's a little bit closer to Lansing, Delta Township area. But what you want to consider with Potterville is that it has far less there than what Charlotte has. Potterville has a couple local places. It has Country Mill, which is a great fall place to be able to go to for cider, donuts, pumpkins. But they have a McDonald's, they might have a Subway. That's about it. It is a little bit more spread out there, a little bit more rural in Potterville, but they do have their own school system as well. So they're not too small where they don't have their own school system. So definitely consider Potterville, Michigan. Number 3 area. The number 3 area is Dimondale. So Dimondale actually is small enough that they do not have their own school system. They have an elementary school that's within Dimondale limits, but then when you get to middle school and high school, you're going to share with Holt. So you're gonna be part of the Holt school system, migrate over there. But Dimondale, a small town that has a river that runs throughout it, so you might have river access. They have a cute, charming downtown that has a place called Morning Glory. It has an ice cream shop. They have an event center in the downtown, but it's really, really small. Like it's like 1 block. It's not a huge downtown, not a destination place. But again, the average home prices, average taxes are less homes to be able to choose from, but it's definitely a suburb you don't want to miss. And number 4 area is Eaton Rapids. Eaton Rapids is a place that I featured on one of my videos when I talked about areas that have appreciated the most in home value. Eaton Rapids was number 1 on that list with about 15–16% an increase in the cost of homes. Why is that? Well, average home price is a lot less, property taxes are less, and people were starting to go on the outskirts of Lansing. Eaton Rapids is going to be more on the south central side of town. You are gonna be a little bit further out than some of the other suburbs. I mean, it's gonna take you a good 30–35 minutes to be able to get anywhere. They do have a downtown, a nice historic downtown that has an ice cream shop and some other shops throughout. Eaton Rapids has a river that runs through it, and you might have flood insurance potentially, so you gotta check what flood zone you're in if you were to purchase a property there. A great suburb to be able to have with its own school system as well, but you're gonna have to travel a little further out if you want to find shopping, entertainment, groceries. It's just gonna be a little bit more of a rural lifestyle there, and it's gonna take you a little bit longer to get to where you need to go. Number 5 is Perry, Michigan, Perry. So we were a little bit south for a lot of these suburbs. Dimondale, a little bit closer to Holt, but a little bit west of Holt. We've gotten to Eaton Rapids, Potterville, Charlotte. Now I'm gonna go almost an opposite corner, northeast of Lansing, which is Perry. It's up right off of I-69, which takes you closer to Flint. So you're gonna be pretty close to Flint when you're in Perry, about halfway between Flint and Lansing. Perry is a smaller community. They do have their own school system, have some fast food places in there, but again, if you want shopping, entertainment, you gotta go to Lansing. That's gonna take you about 25–30 minutes. If you haven't noticed a pattern here, a lot of these places that I used to say, like DeWitt, Holt, Mason, some of these might be about 15–20 minutes away. We're getting an extra 10 minutes out there for some of these suburbs. Number 6 place is Bath. So we are getting a little closer to Lansing actually with Bath. So I'm not going further east than Perry, we're going a little bit west of Perry. It's between Lansing and Perry, okay? Or actually DeWitt. I would say DeWitt and Perry. Bath is right there. It's a smaller suburb that again has its own school system, but doesn't have a lot there. If you want to do anything, you're gonna have to go to Hazlitt, East Lansing, Okemos. That's going to take you definitely about 10–15 minutes. You can be a little bit closer to Costco in Bath, but again, the smaller community, smaller school system, definitely check it out. Number 7 is Lanesburg. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on Lanesburg. Why? Not because it's a huge city, and Lanesburg is actually northeast of Bath. So it's between Bath and Perry. But Lanesburg does go a little bit further north. They have 3 lakes that 2 of them are all sports within their own neighborhood. Actually, I think all 3 are all sports. One of them is more of a public all sports lake. The other 2 are just neighborhood lakes, but they are all sports. So they do have a lot of lakes there, but they don't have a lot as far as like their downtown. They have a subway, that's about it. 1 blinking light that goes through a downtown. They do have some nice local places that you can stop by. They do have an ice cream shop there. But if you want to get anywhere, you guessed it, 20–25 minutes at least, unless you do. And then for schools, if you want to do school of choice, you can, but they do have a Lanesburg school system as well. And I tell everybody with all these school systems I'm mentioning, go to niche.com, NICHE.com, check it out to see what the ratings are for the schools, to see if you're comfortable with them. Number 8. Number 8, I'm actually going west now, like west-west. And that is going to be Portland. Portland. So I'd like to call Portland a place that, hey, if you're looking to maybe commute to Grand Rapids, maybe you're married, one of your partners is Grand Rapids, the other partner is Lansing, this could be a good in-between. Portland is a lot like Charlotte in that they have as much stuff probably there as Charlotte does. They do have a grocery store there, they have their own school system. A lot of people in this area have flood insurance, but it's a very small, tight-knit community again. If you want to get to anything in Lansing, it's going to be a definite 25 to 30 minute drive, wherever you're looking to go. But if you go to Grand Rapids, it's gonna be a little further. I would say definitely like give it about 35, 40 minutes, depending on where you're going in Grand Rapids. So it's a little closer to the Lansing side, not quite as close to Grand Rapids, but definitely a place to consider. Number 9, getting to the end here. Number 9 is Leslie, Michigan. I'm going to the south this time, south of even Holt and Mason, about another 5 to 10 minutes south is a place called Leslie. Why is that place important? Well, maybe you're watching this and maybe you have a job in Jackson. Or again, one of the two of you have a job in Jackson, but you also have somebody that needs to be in Lansing. This could be a great in-between spot. This is a very rural area though. All they have is a McDonald's. And they also do have their own school system in Leslie, just to let you know. But it is gonna be a little bit more of a trek for you to get to Lansing. I mean, definitely 30 to 35 minutes. I mean, I'm kind of upping it a little bit, but lower taxes, lower average home prices, definitely a place that you should put on your list if budget is a big concern. And number 10, the last one, I'm actually gonna go a little further north, and that's Ovid. Ovid. So Ovid is a town that is actually just east of St. John's, Michigan. So the northern part of Lansing is DeWitt, then just north of DeWitt is St. John's. And if you go east, there's a road that goes straight east into St. John's City. That takes you into Ovid, about 5-6 miles away. So it's gonna be 30 to 35 minutes for you to get to Lansing. They do split their schools with another area called LC, so it's Ovid LC schools. Very small town, doesn't have a lot there. A lot of people might end up going to 괏Ʞᴜ or St. John's for all their shopping, for their fast food, but the taxes are a lot less. The home prices are a lot less, so you definitely have to keep that in mind. Okay, I hope that this was beneficial for all of you watching this, that this information was just really good for you to know, because I do talk about all the major suburbs. I have videos on all of them, the pros and cons. I don't really hit on some of these other lesser known communities, but it's important for you to know about them because they are lower in taxes and average home prices, and part of that reason is because they are a little further out. So on average, you might save $200 to $400 a month just because of how low the home prices are and the taxes. If you are looking to make a move, please contact me at any time. All my contact information is in the description below, and I would love to be able to chat with you, talk with you face-to-face on a Zoom, whatever you would prefer. And if you like this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when new episodes of Lansing, Michigan Life go live. I think that's it, folks. So until next time, I hope you make it a great day and take care.